Welcome, fellow travelers. Mod Maven here, and I'm happy to bring you a review of this beautiful paradise planet. We're here in the Euclid galaxy in a Corvax Tier 3 economy, ready to see why you should come explore and maybe even drop a base. We'll dig into what makes this planet and system special, and finally give it a vibe score. Let's get to it. So you may have noticed in the water there, this has got something special going on. People call these chameleon planets or color shifting planets, whatever you call it. It's got a really cool color shift. This one in particular is going to kind of a blue-green in the distance. So up close we've got our green glow grass we'll check out later as it glows at night. Into our mushrooms there, and then off in the distance we've got this kind of blue-green. And what's funny is this sky is blue from down here, but you can kind of tell from some of the reflections, especially if there's some cloud overhead, that it's actually red, but you never see it be red, which is kind of cool. So this is a pretty unique one and a really special treat for us here, especially when you're flying. We'll see that in the flyover. Everything looks blue-green, and then as soon as you land, everything flips over to this green grass. So as we can see here in our Flora, we have all sorts of different sizes of mushrooms. These mushrooms will glow at night. We got some little ones at our feet here. We got some bigger ones right there. And also these kind of bulb bushes, these kind of star bulby looking things. We've got some taller ones too up there on the hill. These will also glow and really look great at night and kind of glowing in a rhythm with the grass and everything. So we'll see that here in a little bit. But we did want to flip over to some of our fauna. Pretty typical stuff here, but there is a little porcupine dude I wanted to show you that somewhere. Here he is. I think he's chowing down on. Oh, he just got done. Cool coloring on this one, huh? I mean, it's kind of a pink and orange. You got those cool spikes on the back of him. Those guys are pretty cool. Not too big. Doesn't get in the way too much. Other than that, pretty typical other smaller creatures here kind of hanging out on the plains. As far as features of the planet here, you're seeing some of these columns that you can build on. So a few taller kind of columns, or there's a kind of mountain over the distance there, but really a fairly large amount of kind of open plains here to check out. Guess what else we have? Yeah, that's right. We've got Runaway Mould. So here is another one. Now this is a full-size one. Last week we had a moon that had some on there. This one, they're really cool looking too. Check out this Runaway Mould, kind of a bright blue and kind of purple. So feel free to use this base if you like. If you want to find more of these, just line up your compass with your HUD north or south from here. And this is uploaded, so you should be able to find it as we're looking at some more animals there. And then just start walking north or south. You can use your HUD, and they'll look in your HUD with some little question marks, and that'll show you where the Runaway Mould is. Refine those down, throw them in the refiner, 10,000 a stack, and that'll get you some nanites. So a pretty quick way to get some nanites. If you reload at a save point, it will respawn these, or if you fly enough farther away and fly back, it'll also respawn these. So pretty easy way to get some nanites and pretty efficient. All right, let's look across the water here. Let's talk about these resources. So we have starbulb, copper, paraffinium, and magnetized ferrite. Those are fairly typical for these paradise planets. Over on weather, it says mild rain. On any true paradise like this one, you're not going to have any storms, so no need to worry about that. Also, they just changed this in the Sentinel update. It now says Sentinels none. That's great. Sometimes it would say like isolated or few or something like that. It's great now that a lot of these paradise planets will just say none. So you just know straight up you're not going to run into any Sentinels. I wanted to show you this color shifting water with our awesome views of that ringed planet as well that we'll check out in a little bit. So we've got this orange water fading to blue. And as we look across here, I have this base, which I have set up for everyone. It's kind of a harbor base, and right in that warehouse right there, I would recommend turning off multiplayer before you come here, because there's a bunch of free stuff right in that building. You can go grab that. There's also a terminal in there. You can sell all of it, so nice little way to make some money. I made a little hotel in the middle here with some little rooms, and then I made kind of a lounge area over here where you can hang out and refine if you want to. So fun little harbor. It's got a little pier sticking out. As we come in here for a dip, you can see what I mean about this water. Look at this, just that brilliant blue in the distance. So this orange to blue is just looking awesome under here. I don't usually talk about the fauna underwater, but check this guy out. He is awesome. He's got these spikes, kind of like that porcupine we saw. This guy will be charging around. He's a predator of the deep for sure. Not really a shark, but pretty close. And what is he doing? Anyway, he's pretty cool and actually kind of freaky if he runs at you for sure. So switch over to first person view as we switch on over to full night here, and this is just incredible. Especially at night, you're going to get some very funky looking colors on a color shifting planet like this in the sky. So we got these kind of red angry clouds there, awesome ringed planet in the sky. Close up are green glowing and synchronized mushrooms, and as you go across there you see kind of red highlights as different meteors come down and different things. So a really unique feel and look to this. You know, in Euclid where we are, it's not as common to see these color shifting planets. I mean, you do see them, but to find a paradise like this with all the variety in the flora here that glows, and also the Runaway Mould, is a pretty unique find. See what I mean about the color shifting when you're flying? So here's our bluish green wash over everything as we check out the kind of topography here. So like we said, we had a couple little spires here and there, a couple of hills, a little bit of some gray rock, but for the most part, lots and lots of blue? No, it's green. Lots and lots of green grass when you land. Lots of water also, and if you want to pick an island, go for it. There's plenty of those. Plenty of options here to explore and build on. Alright, out here in space, we're going to cruise by our system freighter, a red and orange kind of Enterprise looking front on that one if you want to come get that. And we'll transition over to these other planets. So the system planets I dropped down to and got a 360 kind of video of. I'll put up as we talk about these. So our first one we want to talk about is a rotting planet. Now this one has high sentinels. It does have fungal mold. One of the recent updates for sentinels you need some fungal mold for, so that's kind of nice. It does have yellow sky and blue water, and it has these really pretty kind of bright green funnel plants and some kind of purples and greens that are really pretty. The next one up is a radioactive planet. Now this one is an extreme hazard planet. You're going to need your radiation protection for sure on this one, but with that comes along some very vibrant colors in reds and oranges and greens, some cool bouncing fauna on that one. Our next one up is the one with rings. This is an acidic planet. This one also has fungal mold, so that's pretty nice. It does have a red sky, some kind of greens and purples going on there as well. And then we have a charred moon. This is a moon of the ringed planet, so you actually get some nice views from this one. This one has a nice violet sky, and it has high sentinels though. It does have selenium if you need some of that. Our last planet to kind of round everything out here is an abandoned planet. Now what's cool about these is that they have low gravity. So if you land on one of these, really easy to jump around, and they have whispering eggs. So if you crack these open, you're going to get some horrors running after you. But because it's low gravity, you can jump around and get away from them pretty easily. So each one of these, as you crack them open, will give you 50 nanites if you throw it in your personal refiner. And it's pretty nice. It's nice to have in the system, and a pretty cool way to get nanites along with those runaway mold on our paradise planet. Alright, up here in the space station, let's talk about the ships. So I stood next to my white pillar there and reloaded and let these ships come in. So this is our first wave. Nice Explorer right in the middle. It goes along with our Corvax economy. So in any system, you're going to have 21 different configurations of ships. Configurations are things like the colors, the cockpit, the wings, things like that. So for this one, because we're in a Corvax economy, we're going to have 7 different configurations of Explorers. That's one of them right in front of us. I'll put up some screenshots too as we go and talk about these. And then there's an orange and green one. It's some very unique colors I'll put up a screenshot of. And then we have 3 fighters. There's a heavy blue-green Viper with a single thruster that looks really great. I'll put up a screenshot of that. Also, we have 3 haulers. There's kind of a Captain America red, white, and blue one that was pretty cool. And then along with that, you're going to have 7 shuttles and 1 exotic. I did not find the exotic for this system, but if you hang out here up in the station or down on a trade post, you can find that. Alright, as more ships come in and out here, I did want to talk about these S-Class upgrades. These were gathered on PC post-Sentinels update, so they may be slightly different from what you see, but they should be pretty close. I'll put these up on screen. These are available at these vendors over here on the left-hand side as you come in. A few here of note: we do have a multi-tool. It is a 18-slot C class, which isn't the greatest. Kind of an orange and blue one. Other than that, just a few upgrades here and there. Not really a bunch on this one, actually. We do have for sale, though, we have both chlorine and tritium. Now it's time to get this planet a vibe score. The vibe score I give is very subjective, but takes into account a wide variety of factors on how it makes me feel just to hang out and vibe for a while. This one is super pretty. We've got this awesome color shift going on. We can see it as we look across our awesome glow mushrooms and glow grass. Our orange to blue water that fades as we swim around. You can see that here as well. Just a really, really cool shifting color planet with lots to offer, including that Runaway Mould. A lot of variety of different animals on this one. Not a lot of big highlights, no Diplos or Protogex or anything like that, but still some pretty decent ones on just a really beautiful planet. Lots of variety of places to build and everything else. We're going to give this one an 8 out of 10. If you've watched up to this point, maybe you've been with me a while and seen a bunch of these reviews, or maybe this is your first one. But I wanted to thank you for watching. It really does mean a lot that you watch this and enjoy it. And I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break. I'm going to take a break from doing these. I've been doing weekly Paradise Planet reviews for over a year. And I've been really enjoying it, and I'm really glad to share all this with you guys. But I'm going to be transitioning more over to just doing some Reddit posts and some things like that. It does take quite a bit of time to do these, and so I just wanted to, sit down here and be real with y'all. I'm just going to be taking a bit of a break from doing these every single week. I do enjoy all the support and comments and keep those coming. I tried to make these videos timeless in the sense that I had a format that I wanted to do, and I tweaked it over time, as some of you who have been around since the beginning have, kind of seen, but I tried to make it timeless and a good time, and being able to just watch it anytime. It doesn't matter what year it is or how old the game is. You can just watch it and enjoy it, and hopefully still go check out these Paradise Planets. I think we captured a good cross section of Paradise Planets here in Euclid. We have these glowing ones. We've got all kinds of different ones that color, whether they color shift like this one, or they got Diplos, or they've got little glowing soccer balls that roll around, or whatever it may be. We've really taken a look at a really great cross-section of Paradise Planets that any one of them would be an awesome place to call home. So I would encourage you to do that. Go check out the other ones. Find one you really like. We got all kinds of color palettes and all kinds of different options to choose from. Go check them out. Drop a base. Check me out on Reddit. I'll be posting some more stuff, not scheduled, just kind of casually and things like that. Once again, thanks again for watching, and thanks for spending the time and hanging out with me here on these awesome Paradise Planets.